Goo. Welcome, film friends. Thank you all for joining us. We got an exciting episode tonight. Why don't we introduce ourselves? Who do we got over here?
My name is Dakota Loesch. I am the writer and director of the upcoming feature film, One Last One.
My name is Alex Crawford, and I am acting and executive producer on One Last One.
He's the lead, actually.
I thought that was like
Don't
a
worry,
little
I'll say it.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm Jake S. Weissman, host of Filmjourn, everywhere you find your favorite Filmjourn.
And you are joining us right now at Filmjourn's headquarters, the Microcinema in DTLA at 216 Art Collective.
That's Studio 216.
Studio 216, that's 216 West 5th Street.
Los Angeles, California.
We are an art collective with 6 artists. We are an active work studio. We do all sorts of different kind of art. There's oil painting, wire art, anything you can think of. We are open every single Sunday, so you can come check out our beautiful artwork that we have on the wall, as well as catch a show at the Filmjourn Microcinema. We do a show 1 p.m. as part of the downtown LA farmers market. It's a historic farmers market.
You keep that in there.
Every single Sunday. But it's very special. We have DTLA Art Night the first Thursday of every month.
Beautiful.
Where all of downtown LA turns into one giant open air art museum.
Beautiful.
And each gallery opens their doors, and historic core is walking around, and the lights turn on, and you get to eat whatever you want, and the whole place turns into a big open air art fest.
So first Thursday every month, come on down. 216 Studio, 216 West 5th Street. West 5th Street. Say that 5 times.
Every Sunday, really?
Every Sunday. Come
Every
on.
Sunday.
Microcinema.
And free. We don't charge anything. We have some snacks. We show independent films and
Air conditioning.
And the farmers market outside is awesome. There's delicious food, cheap food, and you get to meet everybody in town.
So cool.
So tell me about the project.
Okay, so the movie is called One Last One. It's about Chico. Chico is a wannabe gangster running with a crew he gets double-crossed by. So they beat him, they leave him for dead, they dump him in the river. When Chico comes through, he's in this weird world that's at war with itself. And there's like these child militias and forest-dwelling war bands and a murderous pack of wolves, and they're all hunting after the same thing, Chico. So with the help of like a little orphan punk gang, he tries to get his way out of there, tries to get back home, if his home even exists anymore, or if he doesn't get himself killed first, we'll see, you know what I mean? So it's a bit of a, post-punk fairy tale, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic, post-punk gangster fairy tale.
Like punk rock Peter Pan.
Yep. Or like take Ray Liotta from Goodfellas, put him in Neverland, put him in Wonderland, you know what I mean? Take him to Care Paravel, take him through the wardrobe, you know what I mean?
It's like punk gangster movie meets fairy tale.
Absolutely.
And then you can just fill in the rest. Yeah, you know.
You know.
Now you know.
We grew up together in Chicago. He knows better than most people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that sounds
Punk rock
like a
Peter
movie
Pan.
I want to watch.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like from like all the bands I was in and stuff, Animal City, and I was playing with Given Up, and the whole sophomore lounge roster that based out of Louisville, our Midwestern Connect, where I grew up with, like all those kids are still in music or ended up in filmmaking or fine artists, and they're in, like work construction, run bars and restaurants and whatever, but that punk ethos never left,
right.
The like scrappy, all for one for all, do it, let's get it done, let's just make it. And we just really want to infuse that into the filmmaking, keep that the spirit and soul and DNA of this project. And so we're bringing in people from punk rock, from immersive theater, from film, some of our favorite people we worked with out here and all around. We've been doing that with the movie, just like, let's get going, you know what I mean? If the money wasn't a problem and you didn't have to consider it, what would you do? I do this, I get these people, I get these people, I get these people, these elements.
Let's talk about it. That's why we're here. So these people, these elements. Let's talk about One Last One. Let's talk about these people.
Who are the people? Who are the elements?
Okay, so
well, it's us two.
Yeah, this is like
off to a good start, boys.
I'm telling you, thank you. Yeah, this is like really born out of a mutual appreciation club. So, do you know that there's like a Capcom arcade game called Rival Schools United by Fate? It's set in the Street Fighter world, but it's a high school game, and you're
Wild.
like rival high
That's
school
sick.
game. Now, we were never rivals, but we came from different punk crews, and we knew about each other. So what happened was Dusty, who is Walter, etc., who
His band is Walter, etc. Or this is going to get confusing, but
Do it.
or Walter Mitty and his makeshift orchestra. The band's had 2 iterations.
That's
before the
band
potential
name.
of a cease and desist.
Yeah, but then the Walter Mitty
Which
movie
is so
came out with
punk.
Ben
You
Stiller.
keep it till you get the cease and desist.
Exactly.
And then it was like, all right, we got to rebrand.
Yeah.
But then they just released another album. Anyway, it's been a band that Dustin's had since we were in high school together.
Cool.
And then from that was born Making New Enemies, which was like a punk art collective started when we all lived in Portland, Oregon together. But now it's spanning, cities, continents,
And they
decade
put out
plus.
records, tapes, zines, all kinds of stuff from different artists and bands and stuff. So when we were on one of our last tours, my band, we ran into Dustin and Milk, who were Walter, etc., or Walter Mitty at the time, and they were on one of their first tours, and we just jammed about it.
It was their first full U.S. tour. It was 2020.
Which you was supposed to be on.
No.
right?
So that was summer 2011, and I was working at the Orange County Fair for my summer job, so I couldn't make it to the tour. I couldn't start from California with them, and I was like, I'll meet you a weekend. I got to finish up this working at Tasty Chips at the county fair. So I flew to Chicago, and I linked with them in Chicago, and they had just played with y'all in St. Louis.
Oh, because we were on tour, so we missed there.
So
Wow.
I got in the car at Chicago O'Hare, and I was like, guys, I'm so stoked. We're welcome to-"
2011?
Yeah, 2011.
Wow.
And I was 20 years old at the time, and they were like, we just met these guys in St. Louis, Dakota and Sal. They're dude, they're like what we want to be.
Shout out
in
Sal,
three-
Levi, and Doug.
Shout out Sal.
Yeah. They were like, this is who we want to be in like 3 or 4 years. Like, these guys are so cool. So like Dakota was always this sort of like creative North Star. Of
course. Oh, you guys are too sweet.
And I think that we were
Too
sort of
sweet.
like,
You're looking in a mirror, guys.
yeah, we were the West Coast version. You were the Midwest version that inspired the West Coast version.
Yeah, good. Well, I was on a label called Sophomore Lounge out of Louisville, Kentucky, and we were like all Midwestern kids, from like the tri-state on down. And so like that was our group, and they were like the Portland by way of Santa Cruz kids,
cool.
And we were both like the filmmaking arms of our own punk collectives.
Yeah.
We would do the music videos, or we would do the acting or whatever. Alex has a long running variety comedy show that plays throughout LA. Sunday Night Salad, which is like a variety show with comedy acts, musicians, performance
sketches.
artists,
Where's that?
sketches.
We do it,
That's what we're
but we
talking
were
about.
we started doing that when we lived in Portland.
Yeah.
And we were inspired because you guys in Chicago had what
Friday
Night
Night
Somewhere.
And there's
so we
Sunday Night
started Sunday Night
Salad.
Salad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a group project, and that's what the whole picture feels like too. And we have this company D5, which our cinematographer Kyle Bauer, he's D5
That's
out
his
of
production
Columbus.
company.
He's another Midwest Connect.
Okay.
And then the other company that's behind the project is Making New Enemies, this utopian cult punk collective.
Yeah.
Based by way of Santa Cruz that Dustin, Walter, etc. runs. So that's the other company.
Okay.
Every which way we
Okay.
can, we're infusing punk, indie filmmaking, and immersive theater. A lot of the immersive theater comes in with the cast that we're choosing. I've been working in immersive
Right.
theater for the last about 10 years out here. I was with a company called Ceaseless Fun for a long time, and I met so many great actors.
Yeah.
So Ginny Ryan Pollinger was another Ceaseless Fun company member, I'm pretty sure, and we worked together on shows before. We also both had our first starring roles in movie premieres out here. Jenny was in Melrose. I was in a picture called Love Shop by Stephen Fine.
We love Love Shop.
Starring Amy Sang,
Right.
who is in this picture as
Cool.
well as a co-producer on the picture.
Oh, wonderful.
So it becomes this big web family affair of LA, and Midwest and LA connects by way of punk, by way of theater and movies,
I feel like maybe I'm making the wrong connection, but it's less like a movie set in production, more like Burning Man.
Yeah,
But you'll get something done, right?
Yeah.
But like, don't burn the man until all the cameras are rolling.
Copy.
You know what I mean? Like, we only get one shot at
We
this
gotta
thing,
get the footy first.
We can't build another man.
I would say it's kind of like this greatest hits of people that we have worked with or wanted to work with over the last decade.
Wow.
And because it's a movie that's like rooted in a punk ethos and sort of like a band ethos. It's like let's get our band back together or together for the first time.
And it's
Poca,
an open
poca,
door.
poca?
It's an open door policy. That even goes with the fundraising. You know, contributions are huge, and every little one adds up and stuff. There's huge other ways to contribute too. If you can't do it monetarily, you can't do it that way. We're looking for locations. We're looking for extras. We gotta feed everybody. We gotta transport everybody. Getting the word out, spreading it to people we don't even know. Getting it on social media, sharing our Seed and Spark. We are launching a Seed and Spark campaign from September 17th to October 17th in order to secure the necessary budget to independently produce One Last One.
You can go to seedandspark.com/fund/one-last-one to contribute to the film and join the campaign.
And God willing, if this one goes good, we all meet again in the sequel.
One more one. Oh, I
One
thought
more one.
two last two.
Two last two. Yeah. One last one, two, one more.